Hello and welcome to Regular Features. We are...
Steve Hogarty.
Jonathan Blythe, best of all the animals. Jonathan Blythe, I'm my friend.
Gavin Murphy.
Nannies.
Saviour of the Regular Feature Podcast.
Flash is one syllable.
I know.
Anyway,
I know. I don't have enough syllables. It's not fair.
Well, no.
I gave you the blind date theme, Matt. You could have had that.
Oh, no.
That'd be
To be fair,
awesome.
that was better.
You really screwed
In
the
my head, I
pooch.
sounded more like Freddie Mercury. Matt Lees.
Nah, mate.
Matt Lees,
Not
Matt Lees,
happening
Matt
now.
Lees.
I'm talking over it.
Too
It's
late.
It's not happening. You should have taken it when he gave it to you. Don't look at John Blythe in the mouth.
Matt leads me up where I belong.
Yes, that would have been good.
That is, yeah.
Would have been good, but it's too late, so...
Do you have a middle name, Matt?
Yeah, I do. Edward.
Dick.
Regular features, regular features. What is the feature coming next? Let us see.
So, my regular feature is... Do you guys know what Freecycle is? Do you know the
No.
thing in Freecycle?
Yes.
Some people outside of London don't know what it is, because I was explaining something the other day. But Freecycle is basically a Yahoo group. Yes, that's still a thing. Yahoo group.
Is it a real?
Yeah, Yahoo group still exists.
It's one of the 2 Yahoo groups that I'm a member of, along with Biggest Schlongs.
A man who knows what he wants. Free stuff.
You don't remember that, though. You're the admin of that. That's different.
Just posting to myself all day. Hey guys, anyone got any Biggest Schlongs?
But yeah, Freecycle is a thing. I think it's just a London thing. I'm not sure, where you can go on there if you've got stuff you want to get rid of. But it's stuff like a couch that you probably can't sell and you can't dump it, so you put it on there and
Yeah.
people come pick it up.
It's quite nice. It's quite charitable as well. If for
really
people like
good,
me
yeah.
think, you know what, I probably can make some money from this, but I can't be bothered, and it'll probably brighten up someone's day.
Yeah, I mean, I put stuff
I like
on there
that.
before. I put stuff on there before, like maternity clothes I didn't need anymore.
That you'd worn out.
What are you doing with maternity clothes?
I got my collection of moo-moos. But yeah, no, I mean, I got into it. Like when I lived in my old place, I was really into it and just fucking picking up boxes of books all over the place. But
Your girlfriend loved you.
yeah, she was like, "Have you ever read any of those books?" No, but I might. Most of them are German.
You might learn German one day.
Yeah, exactly.
You got some books to read.
Yeah.
It's a door you don't want to be closed. That's all, yeah.
Exactly. You understand. But yeah, as I mentioned in another podcast, my girlfriend was going away, and she bought me as a nice present, a going away present. She bought me the Mad Men Blu-ray box set. So I figured I was just going to fucking rinse that, and then by the time I watch it, she'd be home. But I thought, well, I don't just want to watch it because I've already seen Mad Men once. So I thought, well, I want something out of it. So I thought I'll get an exercise bike,
Right.
and then I'll sit on the exercise bike doing the exercise while I'm watching Mad Men.
Pretending
Right?
to cycle towards Don Draper. as hard as
While smoking fags and drinking booze, just like Don Draper does. I went on Freecycle to try and get an exercise bike, but no exercise bikes go on there.
That confused me when you first told me about Freecycle, because I thought it was an amalgamation of free bicycle. You go, I was trying to get an exercise bike on Freecycle.
That is, I can see why it'd be
no.
confusing. Yeah.
Silly.
No. You can get other stuff. Like a friend of mine just got a couch from Freecycle. Just went and got a couch. But yeah, so I wanted to get an exercise bike, so I signed up, and you can either look at the items individual, you can get a digest.
Right.
But when all the messes are collected together, it just looks fucking mental. Because some of the stuff that people put up, you can put up wanted as well. You can put wanted, I want this, or you can put up, I've got this, I want to get rid of it. And the first day I was on there, offered 8 Muller Light yogurts. I was just sitting there, it's about 8:30, and I seen it go up. I was like, got 8 Muller Light, Sainsbury's messed up my order again. Can't be bothered trying to refund them, and they're not the kind of yogurts I eat. So if anybody wants them, come and get them. I noticed her postcode is exactly the same as mine, so fucking thought, fuck it, I fancy a yogurt.
I like this because you told me this a few times already, and I love it because this was like pre-regular features. Really,
Yeah.
this was not a man thinking this will be funny.
Yeah.
This is a man who
wants
genuinely.
the yogurt.
I know. I'm going to pick up some yogurts. This will be funny. Imagine that. 8 yogurts.
But the best thing was, this is before Lou had gone away, so I was just sitting there. So I fired off an email. I was just like, yeah, I'll get them. Email me straight back. Yeah, I've got them now. Come round if you want. Brilliant. So I was like, oh, I'm going out a minute. She's like, where are you going? I was like, up. So So I went out, knocked on the door. This lovely woman answered, and she was like, "I was like, oh hi, I'm Gav of Freecycle.
Here for the yogurts.
I'm here for the yogurts."
I hear you've got some yogurts.
And she was like, yeah, I'll just go get them for you. Brought them out. And I was like, well, why have you got them? And she was like, oh, Sainsbury's messed up my orders. Like, can't you get a refund? She was like, I can't be bothered with that. I was like, well, all right, thank you.
Can I ask a
So
question?
you made her go through her advert in real life.
Yeah, she's already explained why she's getting rid of them.
I know, but I thought, it can't just go on and go, yogurts, thank you.
Banging a saucepan with a wooden spoon going, yogurts!
Here for the yogurt. Could you post them through the letterbox, please?
Just started getting these digests.
You got
through.
basically you got addicted
to Freecycle. Yeah.
Freecycle.
But like the thing, there's so much stuff goes up on there, and I am a twat that I was just like, like as soon as something goes out, I was like, I want that. Just like, and loads of stuff I tried to go for. The one exercise bike has been up on this since I joined, and
Right.
I joined about 3 or 4 months ago, something like that.
Did he get it?
Nah, it went.
To whom?
Don't know. But anyway, the point is that I started just replying to some of the more mental ones that some people have been putting on there, and just seeing where it went.
Oh my God.
But my girlfriend was well and truly away by this point, so I mean, it was either.
So you didn't have an angel on your shoulder. is what you're saying.
And I'd run out of yogurts
Sweet, calming yogurts.
and watched all of the Mad Men box set in the first weekend. She was gone.
You were restless.
Yeah, I needed something to do, and I didn't have an exercise bike. So I started replying to some of them, and here are some of the amusing things. This is from Kevin. I'm not changing his name. I don't give a fuck. He's put up wanted blender / liquidizer SW4. Hi, and this is why I was replying to them, because some of them were just nuts.
Is this you saying hi?
No, this is him. This is Kevin.
Okay, this is Kevin.
Hi, I've been told I need to move to drinking rice milk instead of cow's milk, and given its price, thought I'd try making it. I'd actually prefer not to acquire another gizmo, but the blender attachment on my food processor has snapped. So does anyone have a spare blender or liquidizer they no longer use? Thanks, Kevin. Like, that it's just...
It's a lot of information.
Yeah, a lot of information.
But then maybe...
Yeah, I think it gives them a lot of personality. And
I like that.
Yeah, if I was making the move to rice milk.
How do you milk a rice?
It's not a mammal. Rice isn't a mammal.
I emailed back. Hi, Kev. So glad you decided to move to rice milk. You really won't look back. But the cows won't thank you. Smiley face. I've got a spare hand liquidizer just sitting in the cupboard that you could have to start you on your milky journey. Just one thing.
Your Milky Way, you should have said.
Oh, you missed us.
Just one thing. I'm slightly dubious of the fact that you mentioned in your post that you'd prefer not to acquire another gizmo, but then go on to say how you actually do want to acquire a new blender / liquidizer. I'm slightly wary of turning my hand liquidizer over to someone who may mistreat it or not give it the attention it deserves. Maybe just use it for a couple of rice-based milkins before discarding it. What guarantees can you give me that you'll be using this often? I'm sure you can understand my reservations.
Yeah.
Gav,
I'm being perfectly reasonable.
You are a terrible troll. Do carry on.
bear in mind, though, he's not reading them in the really annoying voice that I'm reading them out.
Well, he might be.
He definitely was by the end.
Oh, God.
Oh, great.
I'll give his email address at the end if you want to email him.
Don't.
Gavin, thanks for getting in touch. Not sure I get what you mean, but I assume I'd be using it often if I make the switch from cow milk to rice milk. Not sure what else to say. I can collect this evening. Question mark. Doesn't need a question mark there. Kev, my
Oh, God.
He seems nice. He seems like the kind of man I'd like to hang around with. Let's go.
My suspicions weren't really answered with our last email, Kev. If anything, it's made me think twice about this entire thing. Can I just ask a few things to put my mind at rest? What kind of household do you live in? Is it quite peaceful? How many doors?
It's like an adoption.
How much notice does your landlord have to give you before he comes round? And have you ever thought about chucking out an old VHS recorder just because you lost the remote? Gav, kiss, kiss, kiss.
Oh, you might have given the game away.
What is this? Do you want me to have your liquidizer or not? This is a waste of time. Hi, Kev.
Hang on, Kevin. Whoa. I'm on Gav's side. all of a
Way to
sudden.
alienate.
Hi, Kev. Just answer the questions. Cheers, mate. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Kevin writes back, go fuck yourself.
Yes.
Good job, Kevin. I
Fair
think
play.
Whoever you are, Kevin.
you come out of that really well.
You started off, Gav, by saying that like on Freecycle there's loads of these mental people. In that circumstance, you were the mental one.
No, but look how much info we gave in this thing.
It's just trying to
character.
come across as a personable human being.
One of the ones that I didn't reply to was just, I look after baby, SW9.
SW9 might be the name of a robot baby she cares for.
She's just bragging. This is Susie. Wanted, back scratch.
Oh, right.
There's no punctuation in this at all. It's just one long thing. So I might actually read it like that. I have a bad arm. I cannot get to my back. It's driving me mad. If you live near to Kennington and have one, I would love it. Thanks.
Who would take a second-hand back skirt? It's got someone else's back dandruff
Shit.
on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd say please rinse.
Yeah. You have to bleach or something. It's just like all dead skin built up in between the fingers on the back scratch.
Yeah.
Hi, Suze. How you doing, girl?
Oh, smooth.
Just seeing your posting, I know exactly how annoying that can be. God. I dislocated my finger recently. That's true.
It is true.
And had a similar problem. I ended up just rubbing my back against a drawer in the kitchen. It were bliss. I don't have a back scratcher, but my finger is all better now, and I've got pretty decent sized nails, so I don't mind coming around and giving you a good old going over. By which I mean scratch your back, obviously, winky face.
Oh my God.
Jesus. This is sexual harassment.
Let me know. I'm free most days as I lost my job recently. Bloody government.
P.S. Your asshole counts as back.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Kiss.
Did she reply to that by any chance?
She did reply.
She replied. Fucking hell.
Are you saying you want to come round and scratch my back? Do you like being a weirdo?
Oh.
I would have thought, to be honest, I
very
would have
nice.
thought that she could have just known that and then walked away. Like, in my mind, I would have just left that.
I
It
would
sounds like
clearly.
she's up for
I
it.
don't like the way she phrased that. Do you like being a weirdo? I would have said, what, do you like me being a weirdo?
Do you like me to like it? Suze, jeez, I feel like we're getting off the point here. You've got an itch, I want to scratch it. Don't be like that. I can see from your postcode on the site that I'm actually just meters from your house right now. Look outside.
Just email her a snapshot of Google Maps directions from your house to hers.
Look outside. I bet you can see me. Go on, have a look. I'm wearing a green wax jacket with KFC grease all over it. I'll meet you there in 5.
You mean me wearing 5?
At this point, I was chucked off the Brixton, the Brixton Freecycle. I just set up a different email address. This is the other best one that I did.
How many women have you harassed?
They weren't all women. This one is just called Korolewski, so I don't know if that's a woman or a man. Could be a man.
Sounds like a moon.
Sounds like a space mission. Offered Management Today magazine, February 2012. Somehow we appear to be subscribed without asking for it. This arrived in the post this morning and is still in wrapper. All I have done is cut a small window in the cellophane outer, removing our address details. Please state when you would collect and supply a contact number. Regards, Jay.
So you're trying to get rid of a copy of a magazine that's been sent to her?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not her. It could be a boy. Say a boy because it makes me sound like less of a bully.
Okay. Well, let's wait till
that
we see.
in itself is sexist.
My reply. Hi, Jay. What's the good word? I freaking love Management Today, mate. It's my new jam.
This is my new jam.
I'd love to take the mag off you, but I just want to make sure that I haven't got that issue. Could you give me a call and read it down the phone to me? Maybe around 11:30 tonight, as I have trouble sleeping sometimes, and the voice of a stranger sometimes sends me right off. My number is 0782. I put my real number as well.
What, is this not your real account, but now your real number?
I'm an idiot.
You are rubbish.
But just in case they actually did call you.
Yeah,
you
that
might-
That
would
would have been very funny
that would be a
indeed.
prize. It'd be difficult for you to report it here because
Love you, man. Gav. Who is this? Do I fucking know you?
Wow.
this man is giving you short shrift.
Hi, Jay. Feel like we've got off on the wrong foot. I'm sorry, but I can't even dream of getting into this with you without at least having you read the how-to section to me, post-Watershed. Is it the one that says how to have a healthy and productive office or what? Let's work this out, mate. And it definitely was. So I went on the internet and looked at it.
To add an air of authenticity.
Yeah. Yeah, and he didn't reply to that one, so fuck him. Offered wooden double bed frame, posted by Laura. Her email address had the number 69 in it. That comes into it. Hi, we're moving from Tooting next week and looking to give away a wooden double bed frame. The bottom corner of the bed needs 2 new dowels to hold the back wooden support frame in place. In the week since the dowels have snapped, we have used books to hold the corner.
Fuck off, Susan.
In the week since the dowels have snapped, we have used books to hold the corner. Other than that, the bed is in good condition. Sounds like it's in a pretty shit condition to me, Suze. No, Laura. Happy to supply photos to anyone interested. My reply. Hi, Loz. How you living, girl? Love the email address, 69. Lol. Can you tell me exactly what books have been holding the frame up? Are we talking hardbacks here? Love to get a picture of them. Maybe with one of your fingers in shot. Not one of your thumbs. Don't be weird. Gav.
Oh, God. Did she reply to that?
She did.
Oh, I can't imagine the feeling you had coursing through your body when you saw one unread message pop up on that fucking screen.
How did you get my email address? Like from Freecycle, you stupid bitch. This is a post for a bed on Freecycle. Nothing kinky. Lozatron. I love the passion, baby.
Lozatron.
Lozbot.
Lozbot.
How about you just send me an email with all the acknowledgements that people have written from each of the books?
I get well bony over a bibliography.
And we'll go from there. She emails back.
Really?
I would never send you anything. My reply, what's a dowel?
Oh, hello, would you like another feature?
Yes, please, that would be wonderful.
And now it's time for my regular feature, which is a recipe for a magic quilt. Now, for reasons I won't go into, on the weekend I was wandering round a primary school about midnight on Saturday
Please
night.
go into those reasons.
Nah, I think I'll leave that.
Break in.
I didn't break into a primary school. No,
Sound
that
like you
would be
breaked in.
wrong. I was in...
Who let you in?
Somebody.
Was it Janica?
Whose birthday it was.
Janica.
I'm not going to mention them.
Was it Janica Rice?
They're a teacher. They're a teacher.
Yeah, they're a teacher. I wasn't feeling very well. I started wandering around the school, and as they happen to in schools, the one thing I was impressed by was it all had all this English stuff and had all the different words of what all different grammars mean and stuff. And I was like, wow, these kids are like 10 and they know
all the different grammars.
all the different grammars. And I was like, these kids know more about writing than I do, and they're 10.
All of the grammar. All of the grammar.
No, all of the grammars.
10 is more like...
Grammars.
No, I was walking around this primary school and I came upon something that I really liked because there was this one wall where they'd obviously, I'm guessing that the brief they'd been given was write me a recipe of how to make a magical flying thing. I get the impression a lot of these kids were fucking rich little pricks. And they'd all been like, oh, here's my recipe for how to make a flying iPad 2. And it was like, next you will need some Dr. Dre Beats headphones. And it was just like this basically
Really?
consumer nightmare on
They
paper.
sound like cunts.
But there was one that jumped off because it was a bit mental and the way it had been scrawled on. Yeah, but I looked through it and it didn't have any mention of that stuff and I really liked it. And it made me smile. So I took loads of photos of it, which I'm not sure lads do. You're allowed to be in a school and take photos of... Anyway.
As long as it's not
I don't think
your
there's a
dick
law
up an
against
arse, I think it's fine.
But this is plagiarism because what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out a recipe for a magic quilt, which is something that a 9-year-old girl
Steve
called
shook his head at me when I
Lara.
said that dick up the arse thing. I just want to point that out.
Right. Have you ever dreamt of having something royalty doesn't? This ancient book, found in a sacred cave on the top of Kilimanjaro, will tell you how to make...
Idiot can't even fucking spell Kilimanjaro.
To be fair, that was the only spelling mistake.
Oh,
but
wait,
it was
you didn't write this. A kid wrote
No, this
Yeah,
is written by
This is my Lara.
a 10-year-old girl called Lara.
She was 9
Pure
earlier.
plagiarism.
She had a birthday since you copied this shit down.
I'm pretty much guessing he didn't have an age. I'll tell you how to make a magic quilt. That's right, a magic quilt. You will need
She sounds precocious. I don't like it.
hair.
Yeah, she sounds like she's got the salesman spirit.
She's been on Young Apprentice, I know.
She's selling it. She's selling it. You will need hair from a very fluffy yeti,
Oh.
a tooth from the fiercest shark,
Ah,
a whisker from a black cat.
It's like she's describing each of us.
You know,
I'm the yeti.
yeah. No, you're the black cat.
I'm going to be black cat.
Why?
Because you got black hair.
Log is the fluffy
yeah,
Yeti,
he's the Yeti.
which means that Steve is the fiercest
The
shark.
shark.
Or am I the shark, or maybe Steve is the fluffy coat of a newborn lamb?
I want to be that one.
A drop. And from this point onwards, some of the ingredients might be a bit harder to find. A drop of the sun's golden honey.
Okay.
The newspaper.
That's a metaphorical ingredient amongst literal ingredients.
No, I would say that
It's not. There's no such thing as a Yeti.
Yeah, that's a good point as well.
if you
that's
sit
disputed.
facing the sun, the sunlight lands on your forehead and beads of sun honey form on your forehead.
The next ingredient is the words of the ancient gods.
Oh, right.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's pretty out there. Shimmering melted gold and
Okay.
a cauldron from a wizard's cave.
To mix it all in,
Yeah,
or
obviously.
that's one of the recipes.
Well, that's what you'll need.
Okay.
And you'll need a bigger cauldron to put that cauldron in.
Because that is an ingredient.
Now, I thought it could be interesting if whilst because I've now got the instructions of how you'd make a magic quilt. I've brought all of these ingredients, and I thought you guys could have a go at making it as I go along.
Okay.
And see how we get on.
Here they are. They have appeared on the table.
As if
As
by
if
magic.
by magic, yeah.
Look,
There we go.
luckily, we're hosting this podcast in a wizard's cave.
Yeah. And then we're surrounded by cauldrons. Just so plenty to go around.
And thank God, wizards and their sound quality equipment.
So is this a competition between us? Is this a cooperative quilt making exercise?
Well, it's up to you
Or are we
guys.
trying to make the best one?
It's up to you. What do you think?
No, let's
Well,
do
I've
it
already
together.
started stirring my ingredients together.
Looks like you're on your own then. You can team up with Gav if you want.
Well, I've already got my hands covered in sun honey, so
I've just got spunk on them.
He just had his hand up his
Is that an ingredient? Did Lara, the 10-year-old girl, write a big handful of spunk? Because
globs of jizz.
You change the spelling then. Sun honey is a pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Term. Yeah, I like that.
S-O-N.
If you're all ready, then I'll begin the instructions and you can follow along. If at home you have all these ingredients ready, if you don't, then just pause the podcast now, go and get them, and then come
Oh, it's like Jamie's 30-minute meals.
back. It is. It's just like that. Now, step one.
I'm going to say 30 minutes. Huh?
No.
Good. I can't believe
It's not got legs, Matt. It's not got legs.
I didn't write it.
Stupid Lara.
Step one. Cautiously pour the melted gold into the cauldron with maximum care.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Molten gold is hot.
It's hot with more of a hot.
Although what I never really understood about this recipe from the first off is that the gold is already melted before you put it into the cauldron, which makes me wonder what the cauldron's for, if not for melting
mixing.
the gold. I suppose so, yeah, but what do I know?
Well,
Anyway,
in some recipes it says carrots finely chopped, and that doesn't mean you buy them finely chopped. It means
no, but
it's part of the preparation.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
But if you've got a cauldron, you might as well. I don't know why I agreed with you there. Why did I agree with you?
I don't know.
Right. Secondly, put the soft hair from the Yeti into the cauldron. The Yeti's hair will bring mystery, fantasy, and adventure to your quilt.
An adventure, of course.
It'll also smell like shit if it really did come from a log.
My pelt is mattered.
Oh.
Afterwards, take the shark tooth and dip it into the melted gold. It's my favourite bit.
Dip it.
Leave it to settle on the side.
What, the tooth? Put the tooth in.
Yeah, after you dip the tooth into melted gold,
Just pop it on
leave
the
it
side.
to settle on the side.
That's awesome because that is from her watching cooking.
Yeah,
programs.
absolutely.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
love
she's
that
just
because
like
it's
that,
like,
yeah.
I like the idea of wizards doing that and being like, no, I'll just
She
leave that to settle
instantly
on the side.
sounds-
Put that on a rack.
Yeah.
She instantly sounds 20% sexy to me.
She's either 9 or 10. We've worked that one out.
No problem with that.
20% sexier means she's 12.
Now for the fun bit. Take the lamb's fluffy coat and say to it, "Wake up, little lamb, your sleep has ended. Jump into the cauldron."
Jesus.
The lamb will obey you. For some reason it changes from being a lamb's fluffy coat to being a lamb. But the lamb will obey you because they love melted gold.
Oh,
He
they
does
do.
love
They
melted
do
gold,
love
yeah.
melted gold.
Take the woolly lamb out of the cauldron and tell her, or him, in brackets, with exclamation marks, so she's quite progressive.
It really should have been him or her in brackets.
Yeah, women should always be the optional other.
Women are always bracketed.
As a feminist in the room, I say no. To jump out of the quilt, tell him or her to jump out of the quilt when you say, "Come, little lamb, come," which is what I hear Gavin saying a lot. The lamb should also have gold feet and a gold head. Bonus. Next.
Let's not start again.
It's all
Something's
fucked.
gone wrong.
It's absolutely pointless. Let's go on.
Next, put the drop of the sun's golden honey into your cauldron. Now, that does sound like innuendo. And it says in brackets here, make sure you wear sunglasses and sunblock because it will be very bright.
Oh.
I sort of wonder how you get it in the first place. I mean, Finally, go outside, and you need to do this now because it's the most important part of your recipe. Go outside and raise your hands into the air. So if you could all raise your hands into the air.
Okay.
Go on.
I've taken my microphone with me, as has everyone else.
Yeah.
After 5 seconds, tightly close your hands. The words of the ancient gods are now in your hands.
Shit!
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's really... Are they just talking constantly into the sky?
Apparently so.
I wish I knew it was going to be God's words in my hand. I would have washed them. I've still got like a club stamp on one of them.
I can't get them off all the sun, honey. They're stuck.
Dip your hands into the melted gold. Release your hands, and the words of the ancient gods are now in your mixture.
What words did you get?
I got a recipe for cheese on toast.
I got lamprey.
I got wallop.
Lamprey
That's
and
a powerful
franc.
word, Log.
The currency, the now defunct currency franc.
Yeah.
It's not a very good word.
I got a load of God bants.
What is God bants?
Loads of stuff about angels' tits. I'm drinking gold Carlsberg.
Nice. Lastly, pour your mixture onto the floor.
What?
Your mixture should have turned into a quilt. Has everyone's mixture turned into a quilt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hasn't.
Oh, Gav, what
Fucking bullshit.
did you put the words of the gods in properly?
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
There you go.
I'm still looking
Well,
at
it's on the floor now,
They were
mate. You've ruined it.
fantastic.
Too busy having god bants.
Reading the God bants.
Push the shark tooth into the quilt, and the shark tooth will melt in. Your quilt will now protect you no matter what. In very large, after about kind of like it's about 2 foot of printed, beautifully girly, joined up writing, very nicely done with little illustration on the side. It now says in very large, crude capitals, "Warning! If this quilt goes into the wrong hands, it can be used in a horribly evil way. Good luck."
Godspeed.
You will need it.
You poor bastards.
Oh, regular features.
That was a lovely, nice feature about a little girl who wrote about a recipe for a quilt. And now it's time for Steve's regular feature, Steve Commits Suicide.
Hey!
Oh, it's about fucking time.
Are you actually going to commit suicide?
Well,
You have had a face on you recently. It's about time you fucking ended it.
In fairness,
Well,
if he did commit suicide, like, fuck Frank Turner listening to this. Like, that's what we want, right?
Yeah, we get Stephen Fry tweeting that.
we get
Also,
a Wikipedia
yeah.
entry if
Yeah.
We definitely would get Stephen Fry, because he'd be like, can you make a gay thing? Just say, I'm dying. 'Cause I'm
Yeah, well, if someone bullies me for being gay, then...
Oi,
fucking-
Bender, fucking end it.
Whoa! There we go.
Faggy bumboos.
There we go. Oh, no, that's...
Go suck a fucking dick.
It's elevated it to the status of Guardian article. Brilliant.
We're doing well.
And I'm in the same... I've rejected you from within the gay circle. I am an elder gay authority figure.
Oh, no.
I don't want you in my team.
I'm going to just commit suicide.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a good idea because we have noticed that
I saw
it
you-
is,
yeah.
it is, although it's harder to get all of us together, it is funnier when there's just 3 people in the podcast. So maybe if
I don't
we
think it is.
just had 3 people.
Also, I saw you kick fuck out of a pigeon in temper earlier. And that was
did you
not
see that?
that was not fun.
It's like I kicked it out of like immediate pang of anger, but then I ran up to it and stomped on its neck until it stopped twitching, which I admit required prolonged
Yeah.
emotion.
Hang on, what?
The receptionist in LA Fitness was just screaming. It's like, stop it! He's already
Why did you bring the pigeon in the first place if you were just going to kill it to death?
I've written a suicide note. But I've left some blanks, and you all have to fill in the blanks in my suicide note.
This Dame Edna depression.
Okay. So this is Steve's blankety-blank suicide note. Dear everybody Steve has known. Hello. Steve is dead. He has done a suicide on his own body.
Why have you written it in the third person?
Well, because I've adopted the blankety-blank style.
Oh, right. Yes.
It's a bold move.
So he has done a suicide on his own body because he has been feeling sad for the last 2 weeks. In fact, Sad Steve has been crying onto his own blank so much that when he's been blanking, he hasn't had to use any blank.
Triple blank. We have to fill in all 3 blanks.
Yeah.
We'll do one each then. We'll do one each.
Yeah, okay. I've been crying. Sad Steve has been crying onto his own blank.
Matt.
I mean, it's obviously cock, isn't it? Because that's the point.
I don't think so.
Crying onto his own cock so much that when he's been blanking.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Erecting? Tenting. When he's been tenting.
Go.
He hasn't had to use any blank.
Beards.
Trousers.
No, that was when Steve has been crying onto his own face.
Oh, right.
No, sorry. He's been crying onto his own face so much that when he's been washing, he hasn't had to use any water.
Oh, okay.
So I thought we were trying to save your life here by making it sound like you're having a wank instead of being sad.
No, that was just it was prior to me being dead. I'm describing.
Oh, we
that.
actually need to work this out. You haven't just left it blank out of laziness.
No.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no.
Have you ever
there's
seen
a correct
Blankety
answer.
Blank, Gav?
Are we decoding your... Oh, God. Okay.
Maybe you should spend more time watching Blankety Blank and less time harassing women on the internet.
I'll do what I want.
I had expected you to fill in those blanks such that you would imply I was using my tears as a lubricant.
Yeah, that's what my thought was.
Yeah, I mean, Matt got that and nobody else did. So maybe the next line won't make any sense. Not that Sad Steve normally has to use blank,
All right.
as he's got an unblankum-sized blank.
An unblanken-sized blank.
Yeah, Gav. What was the first blank?
I don't know what I'm meant to be doing now.
Gav hasn't seen Blankety Blank.
This isn't blankety blank.
I thought it was
Just
like,
the same.
I thought it was like Mad Libs. You could say whatever you want. It's just funny.
No, I mean...
Well, the beard was not funny. You want me to guess what it actually is?
Yeah.
All right, fine. So what is it?
Sad Steve, not that Sad Steve normally has to use blank, as he's got
Lubricant.
an unblankum-sized blank.
Piss. Piss.
So, lubricant, log.
Circ. Circum.
There you go.
Circum.
It's actually not that Sad Steve normally has to use water, as he's got an uncircumcised penis.
What?
Well, I sort of got confused.
No,
because-
Yes, you did.
yours was meant to be not dirty, and we were meant to be... Like,
but I couldn't think of an innocuous word that would go inside unblankum-sized.
I was going to say on Frankenstein. But
I did look at lots of different words ending in "ized," but no, that was one of them.
Ionized.
Steve is sorry for the distress that his death has undoubtedly caused his friends and family. In fact,
Can I give the eulogy at your
Steve is so sorry that his corpse has blank and blanked his trousers, and you all have to clean it up together using teamwork.
Blank and blank
Yeah.
has shit.
Good.
And pressed. As in a Corby.
Pressed his trousers.
Yeah, like a Corby trouser press, the ones in hotel rooms.
I prefer that to what I've got down here on my piece of paper. So yes,
which was piss.
it was pissed. Yes.
It's always better to shitty trousers and then put
Doesn't
them in
make
Corby
it...
trousers.
It started off...
Yeah, no, it started off with the joke was you'd all think it was something rude, and then it was actually something really innocuous. But then I just got bored. I was a little bit rushed. I just made it really rude.
It's a difficult tree to maintain.
Yes.
Yeah, the classic blankety blank suicide night crossover. It's a lot of good comics of, you know.
So Steve is sorry that his corpse has shit and pressed his trousers. You all have to clean it up together using teamwork. This should teach you that blank was the most important thing after all.
Hotel room service.
Steve.
It is Steve. That was the joke. Yeah, okay. Gav, look after Matt and make sure he always washes his blanks. I'm not talking about a quick rinse. He really needs to scrub underneath his blank, or else that blank will keep spreading.
Pubes?
Taint.
It's not pubes, it's not taint.
Can you get a spreading taint?
It can spread.
As your ball and dick rise up your stomach.
What's the name of that thing where if you wank loads, you get loads of it, like a build-up by Sunday inside it? It's like...
What? A build-up by Sunday?
Is that when you've no longer got any sort of liquid ejaculate and you end up making a froth?
Just like poofing.
Yeah.
Well,
Something's going to happen.
Like
when you open a wallet and a moth flies out.
It's like a failed magic trick.
No, it's more like when you're trying to spray deodorant and nothing goes out. Like,
Okay. The correct answer was, Gav, look after Matt and make sure he always washes his eggs. I'm not talking about a quick rinse. He really needs to scrub underneath his eggs, or else that egg smell will keep spreading. I went back to the innocuous thing at the end of it.
yeah, you really tried hard with that one.
What was the naughty one supposed to be?
No, it didn't have. Several things in my mind. It was
I suppose you got balls,
penis and foreskin,
yeah.
rash.
All right.
Yeah,
There's all sorts of things you can.
There's so many
you
things
can play around with that.
So many things that can go wrong.
That
So many things that can go wrong.
I don't understand why we don't have more listeners, because just from this one podcast, we fucking absolutely hammered SEO.
Well, I think the problem is, though, that I've basically been in a primary school on the weekend at night without any particularly good reason. You've been talking about
bullying.
sexually harassing
Bullying.
women on the internet, and Steve's been talking about committing suicide. So you're right. I've no idea why we haven't got more listeners, Gavin.
Steve?
Well, that's everything. Have a nice blank. Bye-bye. That's the end of my suicide note.
I just thought it might be nice if we could listen to some real adventure. Well, I was inspired by your feature, Steve, in which you became close to selling your body, and thinking the idea that you were driven to that by the desire to get a feature. So,
Purely.
yeah, so I thought, what I would do is I'd subject myself to a similar extreme experience, and I went into WX Smith's and bought a copy of Practical Poultry.
It's exactly the same.
I nearly tried to start a bit of chat with the woman behind the counter, saying, so many of these, but I didn't in the end because she didn't look like she was enjoying herself.
Did she point at... Did she go, ooh, you look a bit like the chicken on the cover, because you do.
You do.
He looks like a fucking hero, doesn't
He
he?
looks like you!
He's a bantam of desire.
What the fuck?
bantam.
What's that say? Menorca buy-in.
It's called Menorca buying. It remains a great layer forager and showbird.
Well,
Menorca.
duh.
So that's two kinds. I didn't like. That's why you think like birds actually have classes. Layer forager is probably like hunter,
Okay.
and showbird, thief.
Is that layer with a Y or an I?
Layer, as in it does a good lay an egg, and it can
Yeah.
forage. It can find.
Oh,
it can
like-
find
Oh,
other
I think
eggs.
that's two things. I think that's layer, forager, and showbird. They've just forgotten to put a fucking... They've not put any commas in.
good layer
dickheads.
forager.
I like how the chicken's head is like over the logo, over the masthead.
Yeah, it shows like it doesn't give a shit about mastheads.
Within seconds of turning through the pages of this magazine, I see the fucking seamy underbelly of hens.
They do have, because they eat seeds, they do tend to have seedy.
Nice.
Look-
Actual joke.
Well, they sit on them. They're the ones that they're guarding. That I'm full, but if you fucking not having them.
Hoping to hatch them. 'Cause they look a bit like
How
tiny
much was the
eggs.
magazine, by the way?
The magazine was £3.50. I'm invested in this podcast.
Put it on the
is it-
regular
you lot-
features expenses account, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Is it a cover disc?
There is no cover map.
Even Practical Poultry. No,
Cover map
the
full
cover
of-
discs are fucking useless.
Over 70,000 JPEGs of chickens and ducks.
in one WinRAR file.
60 minutes of gobbling.
All the clip art you can put in your monthly duck newsletters. Anyway, look at this. On the inside cover, there is an advert, a full-page advert. That is premium advertising
Yeah,
space.
That would cost them a number of hundreds of pounds.
If this was total film,
At
that would
least
be
£100.
Captain America.
And it's called like, so you see this advert, it says, Fancy Feed Company, Fantast Chick,
Oh, what?
Chick Crumb, and there's a little finders on Facebook thing up there. So that's all. You're allowed to advertise your goods.
What is
I'm
this
surprised they
product?
didn't say
Then
chicken.
turn to the news page.
That's a feed for.
It's Chick Crumb.
News
it's
feed.
It's Chick Crumbs that you offer to a chick, and because they're so good, the chick says thanks.
Okay, so it's an ad. It's an ad for Fantastic Chick.
It's an ad for Fancy Feed Chick Crumb.
Fantastic.
Chick is their pun
Yeah.
on the, on the flavour that it
So
has.
It's just a pun.
Turn to page 6, the poultry news section.
Okay.
And
I hope
there's
it's unbiased.
there's a headline, Fantastic. They've missed out the T, robbing the word of its flow, but they have written, Fancy Feed Chick Crumb is now available in 20-kilogram sacks.
No.
And so, basically, we've got a press release. I'm not saying we've all regurgitated press releases, but it does happen in the news industry. So the Daily Mail will get a new...
Certainly.
so
They've used the same fantastic.
they've used the same picture,
it's
and
pun.
towards the end, they've even forgotten to change it from the first person into the third person. And to claim a brochure and sample of our clean, dust-free formula...
Oh.
This bird industry is...
Very concerned with dust.
Well, yes, they don't want dusty crumbs, and that is admirable. There is lots of tips for breeding your hens in here, and I've never done a quiz before, so I thought I'd do a quiz.
Yeah, no, you are good at
Hen breeding quiz. I'm good at quizzes.
No, you're good at like not doing lazy features like that. And we've all done quizzes at times, but you're quite good at avoiding that.
Wow. Way to kick me in the fucking face, Matt.
I thought you were going to say you were good at quizzes because of the quiz that he did on his birthday and when we went to that pub. Because that was a fucking awesome
Yeah.
quiz.
Oh no, because I just know. I wasn't trying to kick him in the face. I was just saying I know
That's
that.
exactly what
No,
you
he
just
was kicking
done.
everyone else
No,
in the
you
face.
don't normally do really lazy features, Log, but it's good that you felt comfortable enough in the format now to get really shit.
Simultaneously
know.
saying that everyone else does lazy.
Just so you know. Because you're covering your eyes. You know that's what you've done, don't you?
I didn't mean to though.
Who haven't you upset, Matt? You've upset yourself
I've
now.
upset everyone. Didn't mean to.
You're riding roughshod over our emotions, and I won't have it. Anyway, so breeding your hens, I've got 4 things that you've got to say are true or false. It's the laziest possible thing. And what else can you do with the
I like
fucking
it.
poultry news?
I like it.
So these are tips, 4 tips for breeding your hens, and you've got to shout me down or big me up, depending on the truth and veracity thereof.
Okay.
The fact. Don't just gather up a bunch of random hen tarts from different pens, get them in a pen, and throw in a fella and expect him to fuck them all. Because there'll be loads of bickering, and the cunts will peck each other's eggs to fuck or something. I paraphrased it to make it a little bit more...
That's true. That's true. That's 100% true.
Do you think that's true?
Of course it is. It sounds...
looking at Steve.
No, I imagine that a hen of different genetic lineage might, in order to procure its
A
own
Williams
chick's
hen.
place in the pecking order, would go around and it would peck the fuck out of any other eggs it sees. It would actively destroy the eggs of other hens.
I added the pecking each other's eggs to fuck bit just to make it seem a bit more dramatic, but they just said they would bicker a bit. And they wouldn't know who would
actually-
have
what?
who would get the attention.
It actually said the word bicker.
yeah, bickering is the only word that actually was in the list. But I translated the meaning.
Yeah, no,
but I added loads of fucks and cunts.
That's really nice. I just like that fact, just bickering, going, fuck off, Sharon!
So you'll never see a hen stomping an egg.
Because I thought that was.
Putting it on the curb and then stomping the fuck out.
In my head, he was just sort of like looking around, just like looking, going, no one's looking. Fucking up!
Just a little peck, and now you're
That's a fucking end of you!
If they peck it and have a shit in it and give it salmonella.
And also just go,
If you've got 2 hens and a cock in your pen, check your hens for fanny damage.
No.
no.
False.
It is false, but only because hens don't have fannies.
Oh, they've got cloacas.
They've got cloacas, and
That's where everything goes in and everything comes out.
and that's not where
Surely
they
that's
get
just a different
damaged.
name, though.
But they do get damaged. Do not cover the eggs in the mother's shit, or the chick might get salmonella.
That sounds
Now I don't know.
Sounds false, because why would you cover... Why would you... That sounds like you looking at the chickens would do that.
Hang on, this is-
I am
Yeah.
paraphrasing it.
Yeah, but this
Yeah,
is
but why would
advice
you-
for
yeah.
your. This is advice for the chicken.
Yeah, if you've got a
Advice for
fertilised
the
egg,
chicken.
Do not cover it in shit.
That sounds like
and
you
do not allow it to be covered in
Okay.
shit.
Okay, right.
Oh,
That
do not
makes more
allow
sense.
it. Okay, that's different.
Yeah,
It's true.
that is well true. I would have thought the eggshell would have protected it, but if you've birds' feet, which are frequently covered in an inevitable mixture of feces and soil, if it gets on the egg, it will go in there and give the bird a little,
And
poor little
chicken
chick something wrong.
pre-cum.
Chicken pre-cum. That's my favourite curry.
I didn't realise that chickens could get salmonella.
To be fair, the answers aren't all in this magazine, and I came to it ignorant.
It should be like confused by salmonella. Why not visit practicalpoultry.ie?
They don't give a link to their website on here, and they have got one.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Fucking hell.
Do they have a Twitter account?
Some magazine.
I don't...
Have they got any QR codes? in
Sorry.
Find them on Twitter.
I shouldn't expect you to be prepared for that. I just wondered.
Yeah, the truth that you are right, it does do that, and you have to wash their feet. Like you are a hen
What?
Jesus.
there? If you wash
No,
their
Jesus
feet, they
had
just-
his feet washed.
Nah, Jesus washed loads of other people's feet as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's well humble.
God.
He would just sit there and his feet washed.
Oh no, he had.
It's not that you've just gone off Jesus
he
massively.
refused to have his feet washed.
Yeah, fuck up with feet.
Was your like, don't wash my feet. In fact, I'm going to wash your feet.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Sit your ass down.
Isn't washing like a chicken's feet a bit like making beds in a burning house? Like you'd be like, right, your feet are all washed. Oh, where you going? Oh, right.
Where you off
back
to?
in on that shit. Brilliant.
Oh, cool.
Get back here.
You used to it, and while you're doing it, you just get it just shits all over your hands and its feet again.
It just looks at you going,
Look-
what?
It looks at you with a blank chicken face.
I'm a fucking chicken.
Yeah. You wash my feet, I'm going to shit on them. That's inevitable.
If your hens are having trouble sleeping, simply put their beaks in warm water.
True.
That's not true.
Absolutely
No, that
true.
makes them shit themselves as well.
Onto their feet.
I do have another bit of this, but if Steve, you want to go to the toilet?
Do hens sleep on their back with their wings? I mean, how would you put their beaks in water is what I'm saying.
Well, you have a little flask with a rubber band on it,
Oh, of course.
and
a thimble. Thimble and a piece of string.
basically it drowns them until they're asleep.
Because they also breathe through beaks as
Yeah,
well, don't they?
there are also items in the shopping section of here. There is a little why not buy some stuff from I think. So which of these items from the page, the merchandise page of the magazine, can you actually buy?
If you can buy a t-shirt with their masthead on it, I'm fucking buying it right now.
And a picture
First one is a mug featuring a cartoon of a chicken laying an egg with another chicken holding her wing and saying, "Breathe, dear, breathe."
I don't think so.
I think that's actually on there.
That's not on there.
That is a fucking thing you can buy from the shop for cunts.
I knew it.
What?
And I want
A language pack for your GPS that is just clucking.
Oh, I want
That'd be awesome. There must be that out there, though.
You'd think.
No.
Jailbroken garments.
A velvet wall-mounted cloaca and vibrating egg for your arsehole.
You can probably get them separately, but maybe not
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, they're not bundled, you're right. That one's not true.
Trick
That was a
question.
trick
It's a trick question.
And finally, a beanie hat that says Practical Poultry on it in massive, stupid lettering,
Yes.
making you look like a cunt to fellow hen fans and a bewildering prick to everyone else.
Oh, I want
That's
that
true.
as
That's
well.
true.
And I know I can get
That
it.
is
'cause it's
absolutely
real.
true. A massive lettering Practical Poultry beanie
To
hat.
Stavros McGinty, that's the next present, mate. But fucking beanie, practical poultry beanies.
Beanies for all of us as well. It's
Yeah,
not-
because by the way, we said we were going to share that vibrator, but
and it promptly disappeared up Log's anus.
this is as good a place to.
Yeah, and that was
end
it. That was Regular Features episode 26.
26.
Thank you very
26
much.
was the house number of the house I was born in.
I'm 26 years old right now.
It's
although-
also the half the amount of cards there are in a pack of cards.
Well, because last week's was Steve's birthday. It's your birthday
It
this
is
week.
true.
My birthday next week.
It's not my birthday. I'm just the same number.
Oh, I forget it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.